I just want to. I had to try and get the burp out because I was. Oh, there we go. The start of the podcast literally starts with the burp, and I was trying not to have a burp at the start of it. But anyway, might as well just get the intro and the outro, get it started. What's up, Beardies and Beardettes? Welcome back to a normal, regular scheduled episode of the Beardy Bros podcast. Only reason I say that is if you did catch wind of last week's episode, we had a bit of fun with it. It was the Halloween special. Unfortunately, for those on Spotify, they've got it a week late. Because I tried uploading it during the week and I kept having issues with the website. It wouldn't log in every time I kept trying to use it. It kept having a spaz, so I was like, fuck it. And I tried this morning. It's like, oh, it's going to work now. So it's just like, technically, almost a week late, so.
But double
Fun.
whammy?
But I mean, it kind of works though. That's why we had the date times and stuff on it for the little fun shenanigans. But if you want to watch a mini Beardy Bros movie special, we did something special for the Halloween special. Go check that out and have a few laughs and be like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Because it's really enjoyable.
And
but yeah, I've already got plans because, like we've been saying, we can't talk
that's
about the
the
end of
A
the special.
cut.
Yeah,
That's
so
the A cut. There's going to be a B cut, and there's going to be a C cut.
So yes, there's be some works in progress because that was what we end up with the Beardy Bros version because we had a limited time window. The fact I'm going to do a recut retelling on my channel, and Mules is going to do a version on his channel as well. I've got ideas already of how I want it to plot out, how I wanted it to originally kind of pace, and I think I found out. I've got the idea of like how it's actually going to work a bit more coherently. Even though the twists might be a bit different, I do kind of have the idea of how I want it to flow. So it's to make coherent sense to, like I said, to the other videos that I want to make on my channel, that I want to kind of bounce off of that and have like a new narrative. I want like a little I want to do like a little web series. Like I'm doing my other videos still, but I'm kind of having a break from that. Because I'm doing like another Father of Peace video because I've done because of the news that's going on with them. Like it's so annoying because like I did the update video, like an informational video, the first time round, and then it was like a week later they announced that the one of the band members was leaving, and I was like, I just made this fucking video to like inform people of who the band is, what the band is, who the band is, because I felt for myself like trying to find it, I couldn't find anything, and then they go and do this, and I was like, you motherfuckers. So I'm like, well, we're gonna have to update the video now, which I'm like, I'm not gonna take that one down, but I'm gonna make a new video to update. So I've been having to go through that and work on that. And I'm just like, oh, this is just such a pain. Like, so I just come off saying like I'm not really gonna do any videos. Like I will have videos, but it's gonna be like stagnant for a little bit. There'll be some gaming stuff because I just need to have a bit of a breather. I need to think. I need to process. I need to work on a few other projects, and like I said, working on the movie project, like that one I want to go back and rework on and stuff, and go through that and do a saga. I want to do like a mini series, do our own little mini series. So, so that you might end up being called upon for help with me with my later videos, but
that's okay.
But it's going to be a bit better because it's going to be more of a flowing pace stuff. So, what felt demanding and deadlining with that kind of video that we did, because we're like, so.
What, we flesh it out and turn it into a full mini series?
Yeah, well, that's it. It could become a little web series.
Shit type videos.
Do even little smaller ones, maybe little small spin-offs or something. But yeah, I'm just But anyway, that's what we're gonna look forward to. I had ideas maybe in the future we could even, if people did like the special, maybe anniversary next year, maybe wink wink, we could do a another Christmas special. Christmas special, Halloween special.
Christmas.
Halloween special. Don't even know.
Should we just re-release it and just change like the
on next year's Halloween, just re-release it?
No.
Or
like the Christmas bit, or for Christmas we just at the beginning like Santa or something, and we.
When I walk out and how the weird Santa is, ho ho ho, and I go, oh. And it's me running away from Santa because it's like evil Santa, or like you don't. Oh my god! And then just do the whole thing.
And it ends with me like going to like a shopping center Santa, getting like photo on his legs.
Oh god, that would be chaos. That'd be so silly. It'd be good. It'd be funny. It's like Auntie Donna with their releases of like Hood and stuff. I mean, they did do a Christmas video one time where they that news channel one, and they're like, Santa's here. Oh my god, it's like Santa's in the studio, and they're all panicking. It's like Santa's here. Everyone's safe. Like freeze. Like it's like if Santa catches us. I don't know. Like it's like a horror. It could end up turning like a horror movie, like a horror short. And I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? And they're like, they all froze, and then Santa left, and they're like, oh my god, Santa's gone. We're safe. It's just like, what the fuck? It's like do a version of that. But yeah, no. So I got ideas. They're kind of stewing away. So especially being like really on like a horror binge. I did my Poppy Playtime, finished off that. And it's interesting, like just different how different mediums approach horror. Because I do want to talk about a bunch of different horror things too. So it's kind of correlating from like which I mean I saw you organize that in your background there beforehand too. You've got your prop costumes like sitting there in the background. Which I'm like, I didn't even ask you to do that. You did it yourself, and I was like, yeah. I was thinking that's
No,
great.
that's just because. Well, I just got rid of the banana. Well, I didn't get rid of it. I just put the banana away, so that's been moved.
Oh, okay.
So, and these just came out of the wash.
Yeah,
So I just
because
thought
we've been
I'd put
using them.
those.
Ironically enough, it's perfect.
Yeah,
So
except for the original pair of black jeans. I've
yeah.
lost that pair of black jeans. The last time you see that is the last time I've worn
Oh
those. Like
wow,
I don't know where they are.
that's funny. That's
So
funny. I was so yeah. No, no. I'm definitely like looking forward because I've got so many ideas, but I need to work on a few other projects and then maybe work on editing it as I go. But yeah,
yeah,
I've got it kind of playing around in my head how I want to do it. So I'm like, ooh, thinking slowly, working. I need to write it down. Really need realistically to take notes, but it's, I mean, it is still kind of the same notes as what we already had before. So it's just, it's not really, I guess, anything different. Like it's still kind of the same basis that we took note of. It's just, yeah,
yeah,
I've had a few other from the footage that we have made, I've got other ideas of how to use that because now, you know what I mean? When we had the script, but then we had the
yeah,
footage that altered the script a little bit. Now that I've seen what footage we have, I'm like, oh, I can do things differently because takes are done differently because of how they've been filmed and yeah. So it's a whole thing.
yeah.
But no, before I was like I told you, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have pizza, I got pizza coming. So fucking annoyed before I started the potty, like before we started the potty, because I was delayed to having my dinner because I came to sit down and I was setting things up. My bloody plate jumped off like the side, like it's I got my cushion here, and I pushed it back so it's sitting nicely level on there. And for some reason, it just decided to go, I'm going to fly off now. So it went from here, went flying off, hit the ground, it's shattered, and everything just went everywhere. And I was like, great, there goes all my pizza, my garlic bread on the floor, plates just shattered to a million pieces. And I was like, fuck
Right.
me. So I had to pick it all up and chuck all my pizza away, and then go get some more pizza, get a new plate, and that's when I came back in. And I was so annoyed. I was like, fuck my life. I was like, I just want to eat my dinner. I just want to eat my pizza. I haven't had pizza for a hot minute. Like, just want to enjoy my stuffed crust. I was like, so yeah. So I'm kind of like annoyed now. I'm in a slightly annoyed state. I'm kind of frustrated. I'm like, God damn it!
Fair enough.
Like a quarter of the servings of dinner have gone to waste because of them falling on the floor. I was like, that's just rude. But anyway, fucking just the full lack, like the full not even lack of, like full just flush of disappointment just looking at the ground and seeing the food there. I was like, you motherfucker. Rude as, but anyway, moving on from that. Try and cheer myself up hopefully somehow. I don't know how. But yeah, working on that Father of Peace video. So the second one, been working on that. That's finally nearly done. The amount of times I've had to read dialogue was fucking ridiculous because I do that with a lot of my news videos. I'll
Yeah,
read
yeah.
the, well, not news but documentary. I always do different takes, so I like do different camera angles and I read the script and try and read it right. And then I'll do a different camera and then just in case for different shots. So I've kind of like gone through a whole bunch of different shots. Finally cut it up, even though they're like each bit of footage is like maybe 3 minutes long each. It just took so fucking long to go through. I was like, I want this scene, I want this scene, I want that scene fucked up, I did that wrong. Such tedious fucking takes so long sometimes. That's why I'm like, I need a break from video editing. It's just takes so freaking long. It's so monotonous. It's fun, but it's just monotonous. It's just like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
it's painful. But no. So I did a bit today. It was crazy. I watched some Star Trek. I watched the original series Star Trek with Captain Kirk,
Nice.
and I think it's because I wanted to kind of watch that because I've been on my Halloween binge, and as we know, the Halloween mask is William Shatner's face, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of on that little binge track of like, yeah, watching the Kirk series. But that series, the original series, is so fucking out of order. I'm trying to watch it through actual chronological like order, like Stardate order, and the episodes are all over the place. It's not funny. You gotta like jump between discs just to watch it in like Stardate order. And I'm like, that's the way it should be watched though. And it's just like they've got random shit all over the place. It's just so dumb. I don't know how you would organize something like that for plot, you know, plot point
Yeah, yeah.
continuity.
Progression. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like progressionally like trying to follow along a story. Like I don't know why you would have different dates playing in different order. It's like that's just dumb. So I found a list online on how to watch it. So that's kind of, yeah, gonna watch it in the right order. So, but yeah, so there's that. Um, but I wanted to tie it back in because like I've said, I've been going through the Halloween movies as well, and I did briefly. I think I did briefly mention. I know I've said it to Eddie a few times because I know he's more into horror. Like I said, we've done the horror test,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you only know limited range of horror, so it
Yes.
was that's there to watch. I was actually gonna upload that I didn't do it yet. I don't think I was actually cut it that into its own little
Oh,
video.
just
I'm
that
still gonna
bit.
upload. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
still
yeah.
gonna upload that at some point too. Um, so people can just watch that section if they want to with the extended end bit. Because
Oh, yeah.
I took that end bit out in the episode because it just dragged on for like 20 minutes, half an hour of like nothing. It was intense. It was just like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like so. I wanted that left the separate video, but um what I wanted to get to because of like talking about like with filmmaking and like how I've done filmmaking. This is realistically like you've done your YouTube videos, but this is like really like the first real film, I guess, project you've really
Yeah.
done. So and I'm just getting ideas like by watching horror movies and the fact I've like binged Scream recently, and then I've been binging like the Halloween series. Because I never watched the new saga like from 2018,
Oh, yeah.
and people talk about now is like the new retcon series is like the first movie, then you watch 2018, and then like kills and then ends. Like ends is complete garbage. The whole movie of ends that actually supposedly wraps up the Halloween saga is like so dumb because majority of the film follows a dude who's pretending to be Mike Myers, like he's influencing, he's like a copycat killer. So you have him
Right.
through like you kind of see his little synapse of psychosis through the whole movie, and then by the end he kind of tries to take on the Michael Myers role, gets himself killed, or semi presumably killed, and then Michael shows up and then actually kills him, and then there's this whole fucking bullshit nonsense. It's just like he shows up at like literally like the last 10 minutes of the movie. Like I skipped through the movie because I was like, nah, like fuck this. I skipped to like the last 30 minutes, watched the end of it, and then he rocks up like the last 10 minutes, and then they do the whole thing and they like kill him off basically. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, what 2018 and the Kills movie set up, like, just screwed over by ends, and it's just like, what the fuck? It's so anticlimactic, and then reading into a lot of it, like why they did the series, because they're like, oh, we wanted to kind of reboot it, we wanted to retcon some of the events because they didn't like how the story went with the narrative of like how the main character, which is played by Jamie Lee Curtis, is Laurie. Um, she ends up being in the original storyline, um, Michael Myers' younger sister, and
Right.
this was John Carpenter came up with that idea. So like it's a John Carpenter character and story, but in the
Yeah, yeah.
original story, it wasn't really in the first movie, it wasn't mentioned that he was his sister. Um, and then in the second movie, that's when they kind of mentioned that it's a sister, like younger sister, because he kills his older sister when he was a kid. She was born like at a young age. So she was like a baby at the time, and then put up for adoption and shit. And Carpenter later said like he didn't really like that he came up with that idea because he was like apparently it was like a drunken idea. But I'm like that kind of makes sense though, like having him as his younger sister and him chasing her down, like that kind of makes more sense. Like why would you
Yeah.
not stay? And then yeah, apparently like the whole narrative was like nonsense. They apparently thought it was all nonsense. It was like blah blah blah, and then like they kind of want to retcon that. So then so apparently you watch the first movie, the shit happens that it ends, and 40 years later, you have this new movie, and that's kind of like how you watch the new timeline. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a go. So I watched that. I watched the first movie, watched 2018 because that's the new order of watching it, and then go through it. I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm like 2018 and then like kills, like they were good, but like they kind of went a little bit gory, not too like gory, but like ends really went unnecessarily gory, and like they had good moments, but they were kind of like everyone was dumb, like the killer was smart, and everyone becomes dumb around the killer. Like there was like some weird moments where like the second movie in Kills, like Mike Myers kind of had some ungodly luck, which was fucking hilarious, because like just every way he'd kill would be like in a dumb way, like they were just in such a dumb way that it was fucking comical at a point where he could just be like, someone would be running in, they're like, oh, I'm gonna stab you, and he'd just be like, slap, and then they'd be like, and they've stabbed themselves because like they've like been slapped, they've slipped over on something, flicked something, and then they've impaled themselves. Or like someone would be walking up with a gun, they'd be like, oh yeah, bang, 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 and Mike Myers will like push a door, and then somehow they go, oh, smack, gun, flip, bang, and they shot themselves in the head. Like it's just like all these random like luck moments, like luck kills in the sense of like doing it. And I was like, it's kind of cheesy, but it's kind of funny because it's just like all these things. But then there's just dumb moments where it's like, okay, you're in a car, right? Mike Myers is in the car. Oh, what would you do if a dude with a knife came in from, like, you're in the back passenger seat and someone came in from the front seat? What would you do? Would you like try and get out the back seat and like, or try and wind the window and climb out? Or would you, as he's coming in, sit there going, oh, 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 like, for the full length of like, would feel like 3 minutes of just standing there going, a deer of headlights. Oh god, I've just dragged the podcast out of the frame. I shook so much that the podcast is dragged out of frame. That's gonna look funny now on the clip. The recording is gonna have the podcast stream just go whoop. But yeah, it's just like there's just so many. They just become like deer in headlights, and the worst problem was, so there's in one of those scenes. So there's like it's a couple. So there's a husband and a wife, or boyfriend girlfriend, and he's the one that's in the back seat of the car. So he's like, she's, I don't know where at one point, like, she's just, because I was like trying to keep up with how dumb it was. So she basically gets out of the car, or she's like not in the car at the time. She's wherever she was. It's just dumb. Like I try to like not really think of it because it's just so. It makes no sense why you would do it. So he's in the back seat. Michael Myers is in the front seat. He stabbed him through the face, so he's like dead. But presumably from her perspective, she wouldn't know if he's dead or not because of where she was, right? But she's got a gun, and she's walking up going at Michael Myers, which if he moves, right behind him is her husband, and she's just going bang, 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 bang. Like, wouldn't you think your stray bullets might actually hit your husband if he was possibly alive? Like, why would you just dumbly just start shooting at Michael? Even you don't know if he's dead or not. Like, you've maybe
also depending on the firearm. Even if he is standing in front, you'd still shoot your husband or let your partner.
She had a fucking Desert Eagle.
Oh, he would have died. Yeah, that would have passed through.
Yeah, so I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. And then that's the part where she like walks up with it, and he slaps the door, and then she goes bang, and then like the gun's right in her face, and she shoots herself in the head with it. Because he just slaps the door he's in, and just slaps it, and it just smacks her in the arm. She goes, oh! It's so dumb. And like the whole motion is like this arm gets smacked. It's just like, boom! It's just like, it's so dumb. But like all these things. But like,
also, a Desert Eagle has a bit of a kickback.
Yeah.
Even if it was here, you would probably miss.
Yeah. Like it's just. But somehow a door hitting the arm triggered her to turn it and then pull the trigger. Like,
but
it's like some Final Destination type shit.
but you don't have your finger on the trigger until the last set. You think like that.
Yeah.
It's
So
like you guard it. That's your guard. That's your guard.
yeah.
That's your guard.
So even if your hand got
Sa-
knocked, you're not going to be pulling the
Safety.
trigger and then somehow you're more likely to smack yourself in the head. I
No,
feel like with the gun than shoot yourself in the head with the gun. Like
unless it's like a Sig 211, which has a tendency to go off without you even touching the trigger.
yeah, but it's like a full on fucking Desert Eagle. So like, oh my god, it's fucking biggest fucking pistol. Man. It's so funny. But there's so many moments where things like that happen because he just goes on like an ultra killer a kill spree at one point in the movie. I mean, for that moment, it's kind of cool because it's like a John Wick moment. So he like Michael
Yeah.
Myers is down, and then like, oh, you've got him. And they're like, and then that like power takes over him, and he's just like, oh, and he gets up. And he's just like, and he's doing all the fucking bang, and arm snaps, and then fucking like snaps the arm, thing flags up, grabs it, stabs him. Like he's doing all fucking John Wick shit. I'm like, that's fucking cool. Like that's fucking cool. Like at this point, I'm for fucking Myers at this point. You know, like he's the
Yeah.
bad guy, but like at this point, these people are just being dumb. At any point in time, they could have just stabbed him in the head, shot him in the head, cut his head off even. But no, the whole time through all these movies, when he's down, no one ever, everyone's like, I'll stab him in the chest, I'll stab him in the back. Like, no one bothers to cut his throat, cut his head off, like, shoot him in the head, like, try and crush his head in, like, nothing. And then the same thing happened towards the end of the movie. It's just like he has this ultra ability kill, like, moves, so like he's able to like. And that's the other thing too. So through all the other movies, like, well, not the older ones, but like these ones, even they're kind of cool. They show a strength of force, where you see him like grab someone's head and he smashes against the wall. And sometimes in one of the shots, some of the shots he'll like, because he's like front on grabbing it, he crushes their head instantly. But if he's grabbing them, he can't crush their head instantly. But he'll smack them against the wall and stuff. But then there's a scene in the last movie where he's fighting Laurie. They get into a big fight scene, and he grabs her and he smacks her once against the fridge, and then never bothers to smack her head against, like, even though he's got her head like in his hand, he just smacks her once,
Yeah.
and then basically like, oh, that's the action moment, and then she's like does a twist move and then somehow manages to get it. Like, would he just like keep repeatedly smashing, or just smash once and then pull her head back and wait for it to, like, it's like he became dumb in the fight sequence kind of thing, like the final boss fight. It's just like he went from doing all these moves to then no moves at all. And
But then that goes more towards that, like, wouldn't you, if that was your younger sister, like, that would make more sense if it was like your younger sister and you don't want to actually, but then it's retcon, so she isn't. So,
yeah, so it's like this whole weird thing, and then other things too is like he can like one stomp kill people in the face with his foot as well, and then in the fight scene she's down the ground and he's like standing on her throat and nothing's happening. She's like slightly cutting her breathing off. She's like, oh, and then she manages to push the, like, dude, you've done the same kind of force and you put your foot down. If she's down, wouldn't you have just stopped her head like you would everyone else? Yeah, I was just like, that just makes no sense. Like, all these things just start dumbly happen because she's around. It's like, is it like the reverso just with her, but like everyone else he's powerful against? Like, it's so dumb. But this is what I wanted. But this is what I was getting at. Because I've gone back to the old films because I've watched them when I was younger, and going through and listening to the plot points, or watching the plot points and reading what people have like, not really what people. Well, I read what people originally talked about, but the old movies fit in line to a point with the new movies, because they say, oh, you watch one and it's retconned to 2018, then, you know, blah blah blah, and I've watched the second one. The third one's got nothing to do with it because it was going to be like an anthology. I'll come back to it in a moment. And then there's the fourth one. But if you follow that, so far, you can literally watch 1, watch 2, watch 4, and then watch 2018. You literally can watch the other movies, and it makes sense. Like, it still makes sense, because in the second movie, as a viewer, you find out that Laurie's Maya's sister. The doctor finds out, like, there's his main doctor character, he finds out that he's his sister. But she doesn't know that she's his sister. So that still makes sense with the later movies, because in her mind, she still doesn't know that they're related. So you can still have them because they're technically not retconned. And I'm like, what? Like, it makes no sense. Like, why would you retcon and just keep the first movie, yet continuity from what happens in the plot? Because the second movie literally happens or takes place during the same day as the first movie, plus a day after. That's all it is. So those
Yeah.
events would make sense in the first and second movie because it's only a day apart. Because by their logic, Myers disappears at the end of one, and then somehow he just ends up in a hospital, and he's sent to a penitentiary prison for like the crazy, and been there for like 40 years, but there's no explanation of how he got there. Like they kind of briefly mention it, but then you watch two, and you kind of see what's going on, and then you go to four, and it's like, oh, we've kind of already had him captured, and he was going to a penitentiary. Like these movies already kind of have those story points there, but then they're trying to say they don't exist,
Yeah.
part of the new retcon. I'm like, do you know what you guys retconned? Because like you've still got these key points that you're taking reference from these older movies, but then you're trying to ignore them, but you're basing off of them still. Because like I'm like, someone fucked up here. like
Yep.
like someone like I can understand the like because there's like 8 movies. Like the third movie is a spin-off movie because they wanted the Halloween franchise to be like an anthology, like that Dark Pictures anthology, but they're games where
Oh
each
yeah.
thing, it's like Dark Pictures, Medan, Dark Pictures, whatever it was. Like there's all these different games, so they wanted to keep different things. So that's what apparently Halloween was going to be. Halloween was going to be like the name of the anthology, but then each Halloween movie was going to be a different story. So they had the first
Yeah.
two, which were based on Mike Myers, and the third movie was based on a whole different plot point. But people didn't like that because people now had associated Halloween with Mike Myers or
Halloween.
the shape.
Yeah.
So they're like, fuck, okay, and that's why the fourth movie is called Mike Myers Returns. Because, like, okay, he's returning now, let's bring him back, everyone wants this, let's scrap that. But then the retcon series has Easter eggs to the third movie. Because there's kids' masks, there's a skull and a witch's mask, and they reappear in Halloween Kills. It's just like, so there's all these things that's like, you want to ignore and retcon, but then you're going to have Easter egg references to characters that existed in the later movies, to icon moments like costumes that happen in other movies, but you want to retcon it? I'm like,
Yeah.
that makes no sense. It makes zero fucking sense. Why these literally are continuity. Like you can have these as continuity and still have her as his sister, but by the plot point at this point in time, she doesn't know that they're related. Like I can understand you could go to like say fourth or fifth movie and then retcon it but trying to say the first movie and then watch the other ones, like
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's mostly a group of people's preference is what's come on with that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's the fifth movie, but the sixth is I know because H2O, like Jamie Lee comes back for like the last 2 or 3 in the original series, so she's in the first two, gone for a bit, and then she comes back because it's like again she's the sister. That's the main plot point at the end of it is that she,
Yeah.
and that does tie in. But like I guess that later on she might find that out, and they wanted to retcon that story arc. But the fact being that even in the early ones, she doesn't know. So you can still have the point that she is his sister, but her not knowing still makes freaking sense. Like, you could still have that as a plot twist to the main character. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know why they had to write that out. Like, because, like, writing that in makes a bit more sense for motive. Like, okay, he's a crazy killer, but it makes sense why he's killing people because he wants to kill her and nothing's going to stop him doing that kind of thing. So it's kind of showing that nothing will get in his way. But if he's out, he's not much mainly killing people because they're not in his way, kind of thing. So like he's not going to just kill them because they have that in some of the older movies where he would just go around. He's not aimlessly killing them because they're just they're not interfering. If they try to stop him on what he's trying to do, then he'll kill them. But if they're just happen to be there, not part of anything, it's just like whatever. But there's actually, mind you, there's a fucked up scene in the second movie, and I feel bad for this character as well. So they're on the doctor after shooting him from the first movie because the second movie starts off at the very like ending of the start. So like it's like I said, cause it's all part of the same day. So straight in. So he's looking. He's in a frantic moment, and as he's running around like frantic, like I'm trying to find Michael. He's around here. I've shot him. He's still alive. He, ironically enough, they like for start of the film's plot, whatever. There's a kid dressed up, basically like a teenager dressed as Mike Myers. Ironically enough. Coincidentally, meta, I guess, meta on the whole thing. There's a kid, again, teenager, happens to be wearing the same mask, the same jumpsuit. What are the chances of that? Because continuity, like story, not this isn't a
Yeah.
character, you know what I mean? Like in that world, no one knows, you know, it's just a random plot, you know. It's not an iconic character. It's like for us, it's an iconic character because it's based off something, you know. But in that
Yeah.
universe, I imagine that's just a random fluke that you've got. Oh, I'm just gonna, you know, it's like
That's just
putting a costume
random
together.
mask
Like
guy,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just random mask guy. It's like it's just kind of random, but there's a plot point they have, and you see he's got a little trick or treat bag, and I mean, he runs. Of course, you run if you got a random dude with a gun running at you. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? You know, he runs. So this dude dressed as Mike Myers is running with his little trick or treat bag, and this doctor's trying to shoot him because he thinks it's Mike Myers, and the cop's with him because they're both trying to hunt him down. Stops him, and the kid's running across the road. Cop car comes flying down a street, fucking plows the kid into a van and pins him, and then like this poor kid, this poor teenager who's just trick or treating and gets, you know, panic, hit by a fucking cop car, pinned between the cop car and the van, and then next minute it golfs up in flames, and this kid's just fucking dead. He's just fucking out, and no one tries to save him. No one fucking cares. Everyone's just like in shock. More people are worried about the cop that hit him with the cop car, and he's just like, he came out of nowhere. No one bothers to try and like remove the police car, try and just save because they don't. And all the while, this dude's on fire with his trick or treat bag in his hand, fucking on flames, melting away to a crisp. Like, I was like, that's fucked up. Like, that's just fucking. This poor kid just went trick or treating and fucking cop ran him over and fucking pinned him and broke his legs and died in a fiery death. Like, that would have fucking sucked. While people just stared at you and they're going, oh, and just people staring at you. Not even trying to help you. Like, what a way to fucking
Yeah,
go.
well, I mean,
But, like, horror movies for you. But I was like, and that's at the start of the fucking movie, like the first 20 minutes. I was like, holy shit. Like, fuck me. And the first thing we see of Mike Myers in the sequence of in this movie was him sneaking into some old people's places, stealing the bread knife and just leaving. And then there's old lady screaming because she finds blood all over her bread. And like, my knife's gone. No. So, yeah. And then he murders someone.
yeah.
Like, yeah, but it's not them. He murders someone else. Entirely. But yeah, it's just like, what the fuck? It's just like, oh, that was really fucked up. But then yeah, they had the whole movie. But yeah, so I'm going through the third one I skipped because it's got nothing to do with it. Kind of it's kind of meta because apparently the third one is a story that's based on like this weird company that's selling masks that have got like some hypno drug in it and turning people like some weird cult kind of thing going on. So it's some weird shit. So I was like, I get where they're going at. They're kind of still kind of medley tying it in with the whole man in the mask, you know, psycho killer.
Yeah.
So it's still kind of like a joke on Mike Myers without it being Mike Myers. Like they're being meta about it. But then the fourth movie, of course, comes back to it. So, so yeah, going through that so far, it's just been like, yeah. But one thing I want to talk about with the second movie is fucking hilarious. So, the whole yeah, I watch it. I'm just like, they've just reused this so much. So there's a scene where she's walking through the hospital, and she comes walking in. I don't know how many takes they did of it, but they used it for like majority of her scene in the hospital, and it's her walking up and down the same fucking corridor. Cause I do a shot and I'm like walking along, I'm like, okay, there's the door. I'm like, in 5 seconds, the fire extinguisher is gonna come. It's like 5, 4, 3, and then she passes the fire extinguisher. And I'm like, oh, it's gonna happen again. It's like, and then you see it walk back. It's like, and it's like, and there's like, it's just the whole fucking time. It's just up and down this corridor. It's like, are they trying to make it look like there's different sections of the hospital, or are they just like, I don't get it, because it's just funny. Because in the shot, you follow, so that when they're like camera following her, it follows her coming down past it, and then it comes to a shot where they show like a different scene or something else going on. And there's a security camera shot, and it's the same corridor through the security cam, but she's walking back up. It's like, you just walked down from there. Like, are you that fucking high right now that you've just done a 180 turn and just walked straight back up? And then it does all these other scenes, and it comes back to her, and it's her walking down it again, but like a different take. And it's just like, and it happens to the whole thing. And like so many different takes of her walking up and down, and then she walks down one time, and then there's Michael, and she stabs a chick, and then she's just like, oh, and then she walks back up again. It's just like, how many times are you gonna fucking use this? I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, I will literally I will show you after this because I've got it on my computer. Um, I'll fucking show you the scene. It's so dumb. Just watching it going up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm like, oh my god. It's like they guess they did the one section of the hospital to use or what? I don't know, but it's just hilarious the shots. But yeah, so I was like, that's kind of funny. It's like they without even trying to be funny though. Like it's just funny using set pieces. Like
Yeah.
when you're like us, like novice
Like,
filmmakers, like
yeah,
doing things like it's
we
understandable. You're
don't
gonna
have. Yeah, like you're gonna see the same thing a few
mm,
times. It's like,
exactly it.
but yeah, that's. Yeah, I want to see that now.
Yeah, I
I
gotta.
also want to see the beginning.
Yeah, I'll show you that too. I'll show you that scene because I don't want to. I mean, I might do a separate because I don't want to like interject with the podcast, bringing those up because I don't want to. So I'm happy to make another video, and then if that gets flagged, that's fine. I mean, it mostly won't, but I don't want to risk it. But we'll do that.
Yeah,
Maybe make that a separate video. We'll have a little glimpse at some of the scenes in a separate video. So keep an eye on that. I think I'll do that. Do a separate video. That's when I'll sit back over there. But yeah, no, it's just like my god. It's like it's cool how they did movies back in the day, and practically like it's cool seeing practical effects and
now
how
they
they do
just
it. Like you can do ways. But now there's special effects for everything. It's just like, oh, we'll just do this so we can do this and that and this. It's just like some of
yeah, they
the
would just green screen it so
mm,
that you just add in different stuff. But yeah,
because that's like some of the shots you'll see where they'll film from an angle shot so you don't see the body, and then they'll have like the knife hilt, so they'll just have like the so you can kind of see it looks like he's holding something. They'll do a fake stab, and then basically it goes out of shot so you don't see the actual stab, and then they'll just I guess have someone like underneath with a little squirty and just be like, okay, pull, and then squeeze it and just squirt blood up, and then have it spray everywhere. Like they're practical ways because like that's how we've done movie stuff where you do it slightly out of shot.
yeah,
We used to have like hoses sometimes, and you like fill it up. And you're like, okay, blood shot, and then be like, whoo, and you squirt, and then you'd squirt blood out, but then it's out of shot, so you just see the splay, like the, and that's it. Like you wouldn't actually see it. But I know things just aren't done practically, and you can
yeah.
like it's kind of cool how they
No,
did things to work away with it with the shots, because they'd have to create shots to make it practical. But now they go, oh, we can do everything in post because now we've got all these retractables and like dummy fucking props, and we'll just either even CGI in the prop, so it'll look like
yeah,
he's stabbing, then he won't have a knife. We'll just do like this, and then or like that, and then we'll just render in a wrist and a hand,
yeah,
and give him a fake knife, and then we'll just it's just like oh. Or they'll have a practical fucking dummy and they'll stab the dummy instead, and so when you see the shot, it'll stab a dummy, and you have a replacement shot. It's just all this kind of cool ways of doing things, but it just kind of sucks. Like they were special effects, the way of doing it. Not nowadays where it literally is like all digital. Like
yeah.
it's visual effects, not special effects. It's just yeah, it's just. And then sometimes they try and bring it back, but it's just not right. It's too cheesy or too cliche.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like because there's another thing too where there's like in the hospital they've got like this I don't know hot spa. I guess it was like a therapy pool, like a kind of little therapy spa, and it like boils up and it gets to boiling temperature for some reason. I don't know why it gets to boiling temperature, but it does. And he's like splashing this chick, like she's drowning this chick as she's gotten out of it, and like it's boiling, so
yeah.
her face is boiling in the water. But they like added like that, like textures of like latex skin, and they just plotted it on, and then added some color to it. And every time they've done a dunk, they just add a bit more and make it look like her face is melting. Like it's simple practical effects. Like it's
Yeah.
not hard to do. Like it just takes a little bit of time. Done. Off you go. But it's just yeah. It's one of those things which I feel like that's what I loved about movies and stuff is the practicality and the creativity. Not like visual effects are cool, but I like that people could create things that made it seem like it was real.
Yeah. Plus, CGI is a bit hard for everyone to do, but practical effects anyone can do theoretically.
Well, that's like even looking back at Star Trek, how they did some of their layer shots. Like they literally have a dark exposure scene, so then you have like the ship, and they just transparency layer it, and they because that's what they did with the old film. They used to transparency layer it, and then have one piece of film with another piece of film laid over the top, and then they'd have these two shots, or they would have like a light box, so they'd film like against a black board, and then have light shining through this board with holes on it. They'd film that, and then have that laid on top of another film, and then that's how you have the ship flying in space, because you just have a model flying along, you'd just say, okay, let's film, roll, take, and you'd have it like slide across, and then you'd be like, okay, here's a layer, and just lay them on top, and then that's how you had your stars in the sky, twinkling through
Yeah.
just a bit of cardboard or a sheet or something, and then boom, done. There you go, ship flying in space. It's like how they used to do things was just so different. Like it's just all movie. It literally was movie magic. It was all like miniature, so you're scaling. So there'd be a piece of film there, and then this filmed here, or like the green screen effects where everything was drawn scenery, and then like you'd have to have a green screen window, and they'd be like standing at the doorway, being like, "Wow," and then be like, "Look at this," and it's just that scene's green screened on a larger section. Which I've played around with green screening, and I'm thinking of like trying to get my green screen back out again, because then all you do is literally film yourself. Like I could literally can do it in like in OBS. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Like I can do, because you can just drag in an image in OBS itself. Like that's what a lot of people do for their streaming shit, and like that's what they used to do practically for films. Like that's the crazy part now. It's like people are doing things just for streaming now with their overlays and like having these extra scene drop-ins and stuff. And like these were things like they were high end for movies, and now it's trivial things that people do just for streams. Like it's crazy just to see where it's all you do is just green screen, crop yourself out, like because you just got it auto. Now it's all auto. You don't even have to use click of a button. And
chroma key yourself out. Yeah.
So you chroma key out the green, which back then you had to do so much more work back then because chroma keying wasn't really a thing.
No.
And then just chuck in the image, and then boom, you pretend like I've done a few times where I'm in a manor, or and I've been thinking of wanting to do shots like that again because I was doing not in Blender, Unity. Was I building maps in? I think it was Unity or Unreal. When I was building levels for VR chat, I because you could make your own like hangout spaces and you could upload them.
Yeah.
And I built a lobby area which upstairs had a fish tank, and basically I built three-dimensional like proper prop out, had all the rimming and stuff and color coded, and then I had like the panel like the box layered thin, so then but then it was layered as glass, so it was transparency, so I had like the reflection layer. It wasn't really reflective, but it had like that illusion of like the lighting and stuff on it, so it refracted, so it popped. And then on the back of the board, so it was a hollow box, but on the back of the board I had a video mounted section that would play a video, and I had it every time it played. I had it load a certain YouTube video, or I ended up downloading it as a file. But it was a video of a fish tank. So when you walked up there and actually played in the scene, it looked like a large fish tank because it was a three-dimensional space. Gave the illusion, unless you like actually walked up to it, you know you could see the thing. You could. I know there was a way of doing it, actually box it, but I set this flat layer. I also put a layer in there of water as well. Another box that refracted and had like a motion, so you made it look like water. And then just a video on the back, and it gave the illusion that you walked in and like, oh, there's a fish tank in this space. And like I was going to do that at one point where I was going to use that program to build like a space for me to do a shot in, where I was going to layer in a video of me in a 2D like flat, like in a flat space, put that in a section, and then it would look like you could see through a window and be like, oh, there's a room inside the window, and there'd be stuff going on, and it'd be like me doing something. And I was going to do this whole like for a shot I wanted to do ages ago for a project I had an idea on. I never ended up doing it, but like there's things that are so simple that you could build, like say like a 3D space of a house, and then just film. You know, if you get the right field of view with a camera, you can add those like you would with video games, where you have like buildings and you have those random box spaces in those rooms, and you think something's going on, but like you can make random cool little effects and stuff. And it's just like there's things now that you can do so much more easier than what you could before. I mean, practically you did like again green screen and just build a layer over the top and just put something someone crafted and put that in that and just play the film inside of it, which it's a weird way of cutting. But that's what people used to do. People have to cut film manually and layer things on top, and it was a process of things used to, it was like the fucking like how people animated, where everything had to be like on sheets like Disney hand animation, and they do that even with like actual cells of film, and they'd like have the layer of films, and they'd have each frame, and then they'd have like the drawings on top with the films, like fucking Mary Poppins and shit like that. So they'd have all the frames of like each scene, and then they'd have the layers of where the cartoons were. So they'd layer them with that. So you had two different frames basically of two different projects, and then you'd layer them, and it's just like that's how it was back then. And like now there's other ways of doing it, but it's just like that art of actually physicality is starting to disappear.
Well, like
And it's more
what
digital.
Mary Poppins, for instance, that's like, especially when they go off to the like the fancy cartoon realm, like that's like that hasn't been recreated since like at least the 60s.
Yeah, not in that
No
same
one's
way.
done something.
Not in that same way they
No.
did that. Like it's all done now digitally. Like literally just let's just
Yeah.
green screen someone in. Like come positive. No one's gone and actually like hand rotoscoped people out and hand drawn in things, and it's just like I get it, it's a lot of work. Like, but
Yeah.
I find hand drawing definitely is a lot easier than digital drawing personally in animating. Like I
Yeah.
100%. And I mean, it's been things that have been a thought where I thought about doing, but then me filming, I would have to film stuff, break down every individual frame, print them out, every single freaking frame, and then layer on every scene, draw something with it to match, and then have. I mean, maybe it's something I could do at some point and do a little, but it's so much work. But then it's just re-uploading, rescanning those two individuals as one, and then boom, boom, boom from there. And it's like just in this, like when you look at like any of the editing programs, you know, there's 30 frames every fucking second, and it's just like that's a lot to keep track of. 30 frames a second is a lot when you got to add that up. That's 30 scenes of motion just to get to a motion. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's 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 so much work. Just to get, what's that? Having 30 frames, and if there's 30 frames a second, 2 second, what, 60? Oh god, yeah, that's a lot. I'm trying to get in a minute. That's a mass. I guess.
So have 30 frames
A second.
in 1 minute, 30 frames a second.
30 times 60.
Yeah. So 120. No, 1200 seconds.
1200 frames.
1200. Yeah, 1200.
That's
Yeah,
1200. That's
1200.
1000. That's 1200 individual images for a minute worth of footage to get it at a
Yeah.
proper 30 frames a second like motion. Like that's, and then you think about these movies, and you think about like Disney movies and how long they go for, and they're all running at 30 frames basically. If I'm correct, 30, maybe 25. They can get away. I think
Yeah.
you can get away with about 25. I think, but
Well, I think they're all shot at like 23 point something.
yeah. So you got to break it down so it makes it a little bit easier. But still, that isn't. Yeah.
Well, it's 24 is the standard.
Yeah. But it's just like, it's so much work. It's so much. Like that's a lot to go through.
But now they're like upscaling and like upping the resolution, and they're like adding frame generation, so it's like it's not even.
Yeah, so it's going from the 24
It's like
to
you
like
only
30 now. Because they're adding in like.
Yeah, or they'll go to like I'm sure somewhere they'll be at 60 FPS.
Yeah. But like,
Which would yeah.
it's just crazy. Like, it's something I might look at doing at some point, but like it's just so much work. Like, the character, even if I was to draw a character for each frame, like, it's gonna be such a primitive character just to make it work. Like, it'd be so long otherwise trying to draw like a detailed character. That's why they kind of do it a certain way, because it's just so much they put into it. Like,
The Adventures of Stickman.
yeah, well that's exactly it. They work so much more easier. But it's so many
Did the full
projects.
like draw my life.
But it's just I get you gotta prop some people. I mean, some of it works easy too because sometimes you just have like a flat set, and then it's just, literally the only thing that is moving is the main character. So it's like it's not too bad. You get like
Divine Light.
divine light, but
I think if we like look at the. Oh my god, my finger.
it's literally disappearing. Oh, it's gonna suck you in, Mr. Bean. But yeah, it's like I love doing projects, but it's film is definitely one that it does take up a lot. Like it has so much
Yeah.
to it, especially when you got to like sound as well and people. That's what I said. People just like don't give credit to a lot of people on YouTube because like some of the work that are being put in, there's a lot of work that gets put in, and no one like sometimes don't even get to see half the work. Like it's just. And Nathan was like, it'll be like, oh, why did you just like because it is fun to do it. Like I do want to do these things. I
Yeah.
know it does suck that no one really sees them, but you know, still like to do it. It's gonna get weird though
Yeah.
soon with the fucking. Was it next month? We've got the fucking ID thing coming in.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know how that's. Digital. It's
how
literally.
in which way? Because kids watching this probably shouldn't be watching this.
No, and that's the thing to begin with anyway.
But
So it's
like,
like everything is like already like age restricted as it is for a lot of things on most things.
yeah,
So like it's already guarded. So like I can understand doing a base verification when you look at like an account age being like, okay, this like for Facebook, be like, oh, okay, this account was made in like 2013. Okay, so this person
yeah,
would be like 12 now. So it's like, okay, they shouldn't be because they're under the age of
yeah.
16, so they're 12. Like that's where it should be verifying. If you've got a thing, like I'm hoping that's all it is because if it's just looking at dates, you can clearly see that this count was made at this date. This is how old it is. Okay, they're not allowed to be on. Like it shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, well, they're not gonna retroactively, like, retrospectively go and take stuff away
Like yeah,
because it'll be from the point that it comes in.
because like yeah, like we'll be back it will backdate because like it will backdate to those that are under the age of 16, which makes sense. Like
Yeah,
you
or
made like
backdate for like a year. Yeah, yeah,
because like it's got to go through and verify. Like that's the easiest way. Like it's not that hard because it's taken the data and shown that you've made an account and this is when it was created. Like I can understand
yeah.
being an adult and like you know everything has age verification when you sign up to them. So it's like that should all it need. That should all it be when you've like made an account or looking at that kind of stuff. It's just like okay, this account's aged. You know, the age that they verified to this account is like this person's age. Okay, this equates. Okay, they're under the age of 16. Okay, they're not allowed to be on this platform. Like, because trying to actively go around trying to like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it works because they're putting in restrictions where everyone has to like verify every time they're doing something. It's not going to be convenient. People are going to get pissed off. They have to verify
No,
something every single fucking time. Like they have to go out of the way to verify to do something.
I know.
People are going to get pissed off. Like people will get very annoyed. It needs to auto do stuff in the background and go, okay, you're logging into your account. We can see that they need to be somehow get permission to be like, okay, we can see that if they verified age of this for this account, they're fine because they're older than 16. Like, it needs to know realistically, retroactively. Facebook should have been like, because that's where they're going about social media. They should have actively gone, okay, what's your date of birth you've added to your account? Oh, okay, it's
Yeah.
you know under the age of 16. Well, you're not allowed to make an account. Like that's where it should because I know something like Facebook you've got to be older than 13.
Was
I
it
think,
14?
is it 14 or
I
something?
thought it was 14. That's
Something like
when
that.
that's back when I was 14. That was when it was. When
Yeah.
I was 14, it was 14 was
Yeah, yeah, you can make an account. You can make it
the
if you're
age.
younger.
Yeah.
So I know people used to get around there and be like, "Oh, put in fake age," but like then you could kind of still rectify see that, you know, they're not of age. Like when you
Yeah.
look at the account, so it's like
But now they'll like make you.
going through and just delete. You know,
But now they'll make you like upload your like driver's license or something.
I'm like, then that's just silly. It's like, why do I need to verify? Like you can, like, and like everyone's been saying, they're trying to say like they're trying that the agenda's secretly trying to push for the digital ID. It's like it's true. It's
Yeah, well, it is.
like
But
where's
stupid.
privacy? Because then you start going through stuff. It's just like people, the government never don't need to see like I can understand like because as it is, the government can already see what's going on. They already can see and perceive like if there's going to be terrorist attacks or like they've already got that now where they're productively like stopping people from like by using algorithms to detect if someone's going to be a threat and you know like the keywords when people used to be able to like on Google when people used to type in things for like bomb like instructions and stuff like that. And people Google it in and then people be getting like knocked on their doors by like police and shit because it would flag like that kind of
Yeah.
shit. Like they know already. Like why Like, it's not like they need to have a
Should
digital ID to
probably
track people
censor that
more.
bit.
Like, oh, people talk about stuff and stuff, but you know what I mean? They're like, it's they're already aware, like they're already listening and seeing on those things
Yeah,
because it flags. Okay, someone's looking for these instructions for this or that. Okay, flag it. You better check up on this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's that's already there. Like it's not like it's something that isn't new. So why do we need to give over our ID to keep ourselves like in a sense tracked when they already are tracking enough as it is
It's
now?
yeah.
Like because actually that's how they like that's like the recent one that happened a couple of months back. There was that big terror attack thing that they stopped. And people were going about, oh, they're going to do this and bringing up other arguments. But, like, because they were tracking, they were aware, tracking calls and doing them. That's why they were able to stop this freaking thing that happened. I can't remember what it was. It was somewhere in Australia. It was like, well, I think it was up this way.
Probably Sydney.
Somewhere. It was like something that was happening. And they were following it. They were onto it. And they stopped them because they could follow everything. Like, it's already kind of there. Like, if they need to track, they track. Like, it's obvious when things are obvious, like, multiple
Yeah,
flags pop up and they track it. And that's why you don't do it. You know, and it's just like it's already so I don't know why we need to have like these safeguarded like identifications assigned into things to like protocol things because I feel like that's more of a target thing again because then they go okay well we specifically know that this is Dale and his interests are in I don't know fucking pies and because I had American Pie just
yeah.
popped in my head, so I was like fucking pies. Both loves pies to eat them and also fucking them for some stupid. But again, American Pie. I do not actually like fucking pies. I've never fucked a pie. Never will. Never fucking think about. But only and then that one time when we all thought about it when we watched American Pie and like, what the fuck did he do that? Because that would have been a weird marketing thing then. But you know what I mean? Though? Like
Yes.
it's it becomes so
Never getting a
uniquely
Mrs. Max
identified.
sponsor.
Like, you know what I mean though? Like it becomes so specific then because then everything's tracked and they're seeing therefore where you're visiting, how long you're visiting on stuff, what you're buying, what you've browsed, and then it almost becomes almost like a profiling so they know what to market towards you even because it becomes on a governmental end of advertising. And then all this extra bullshit is like they don't like it's just weird. I don't know, it just becomes weird. It becomes this weird area of like, do we need to be giving over that much information? Like, especially for the government to hold somewhere, which then could be in one place, then gets hacked by Abdul in Abu Dhabi, and then he's got everyone's information,
Exactly.
and then
The
knows,
more stuff we, the
that
more.
Mules has a hobby addiction of buying planes and and
I
guitars.
think if you found my stuff, I think you could probably find that there's a few more things
Hmm,
on me that
exactly.
foreign that other people probably and people who would want to
Exactly.
do harm probably wouldn't want to know. Well, they would love to know about me.
Like it
So
just seems like a weird
yeah,
like
that's
it's just
like
I don't get the idea of digital ID. Like I don't know why we need a digital verification. We already have a verification for normal needs. We don't why do we need a digital verification for online? Like I can understand for medical, like if you're doing like
oh yeah,
but like taxing and stuff, like that makes
like
like the
that
one
stuff
ID for
like
like Centrelink and stuff like that makes sense because it's connected to like your
yeah,
Medibank and like your health funds
you
and
need
like that's
your
all kind of
what's
that's
it
that kind of digital ID,
the
that kind of thing, but not like a physical licensed digital ID. Like,
yeah, no,
are they gonna like?
it's like I don't need to pull out what is it the
Not like I'm being
what's it
flagged.
called
Like,
the
I can understand being ID'd if you're trying to buy alcohol online, but it just seems I don't see the functionality of having a digital ID. Like, I don't get
was
the
it
use of it.
the MyGov ID? That's it.
Yeah, that already is kind of a digital ID in sense, but like. That's what needs to be
Yeah, but it
needed for. That's
only
what they need to know. That they don't need everything
yeah, I
else.
know,
Like
but yeah, it's gonna yeah.
it just seems
I
weird if
reckon
they do.
I reckon it's not gonna. Well, one, I reckon the government just wants extra pay from all, like, from everywhere.
Hmm.
So they should, which is dumb. This is a bit of a grey area. I don't know how much I can speak on this. But also like all this stuff is like to like keep people safe. It's not.
Yeah, like it's gonna be kept in one hub. Like how's it keep it
Everyone's
safe?
Everyone's concern with baby proofing and keeping everything safe is dumb. Lowering speed limits is dumb. Adding all these extra rules is dumb.
Yeah.
Literally, people will be safe if you let them do what they want to do.
Yeah.
You're just annoying and aggravating everyone by imposing rules,
I know.
which, up until this point, we have had thousands of years where that these rules have never even crossed our mind, and
Yeah.
now they're bringing them in because someone hurt their toe. Like,
Yeah. That's it. Like, and they're trying to
I'm a
blame it
bit
on the
annoyed.
whole. Like, they try to blame it on the whole bullying thing. Like, cyberbullying's been going on for a long time, and it's easy to do. Like easy to resolve. Like, there's been plenty of ways of easily resolving these things, and I don't know why people allow things to get to them like the way it does. Like, it's sitting down, talking, being honest with everyone, talking about things. Like, I don't know why these. It's just, it's just so dumb. Like,
But yeah, but it's also like the generational thing. Like, it's different now.
allowing people to
It's
get
like
on these social medias. Like, you know, as a parent, you allow them to do that. Like, you know, you can say no
like
and then, you know, control.
most of this stuff isn't even got to do with. It's literally education. That is the problem.
Yeah.
It's literally like, if you educate everyone perfectly well, like, people are
Yeah.
getting physically dumber, and you
Uh-huh.
can see it,
Uh-huh. Like, it's just
and it
getting so
hurts me
bad.
no end.
Oh, honestly, it really does. It really freaking does. Like, so I get mad at everything because it's just the dumbness of everything.
Except, so you know how earlier in the year you got a fine with the new whiz bang cameras.
Yeah, yeah.
So they've implemented those as of November 1st here in the state of Western Australia.
Uh-huh.
You can't even take a sip of water behind the wheel without getting fined.
Yeah, I heard. I don't know if that's implemented here, but I mean, I've been driving around. I guess starting with those cameras, maybe. But yeah, you apparently can't even like eat, drink, can't do anything. Like you would literally be 10 and 2 driving. Do you know what I've literally thought about though? I've thought about driving through those with my nuts hanging out. I've 100% thought about fuck you motherfuckers. I'm gonna whip out my nuts and just fucking drive through with my nuts with my hand like cupping my nuts and just be like, here's my fucking nuts, motherfucker. Like take a photo of that. You want to fucking get a photo? You know what I mean? Like because I
Yeah,
literally I fucking because everything was full. I had like I said, I had the phone on like yeah, phone on my fucking leg, completely off, not even using it.
yeah.
It's just resting on my leg because I have a habit of resting things on my leg, and yeah, fucking boom banged, what $1,200-$1,300 fine that I'm now paying off for like a year now. I'm paying off for
But it's
like
like, yeah, it's so dumb.
I'm
But
not
then
even
it's also
using it.
like, it's also a grey area. Like, if you drive through, like, also because I know the cameras aren't near me.
Mm.
Like, I know where I drive normally, they will never.
I wonder if they'll
I'm not
flag it. I wonder
admitting
if
to
I
anything.
wonder if I printed out a piece of paper that had a picture of a phone on it and had it on my leg. Would they try and flag me still for like a picture of the pic? You know what I mean? I reckon they would. I
Have
reckon
a
they'd be like, there's a
cookie.
phone. Like
Have a cookie.
yeah, have a cookie on my leg.
Or one of those fake
I,
kids plastic phone
have a
things.
rotisserie chicken just sitting on my leg,
But like,
just out of the bag, greasy on my leg. Just drive through rotisserie chicken. What if I hand inside the chicken and like hand on the wheel, like one hand on the wheel, the other hand inside the chicken, resting on the wheel, just like drive through. Like I wonder what would they flag? Like would they flag that of obstruction to driving? Like I guess they would still, but they'd be like, imagine that picture coming up and someone's looking at that and be like having to issue that fine. Like it's
are
just
it depends on whether or not that would actually go to a person, though. If that would get flagged to a person, or would it just be automatic?
I don't know. I'm curious if it is automatic or if someone actually has
But
to because someone's
but
clearly because clearly someone's got to look at it and go okay that is actually a phone it's on their leg or whatever
yeah,
and like send the like clearly someone's got to operate that because if this thing's just gonna
But
flag willy nilly
no,
and just random send off things, like
actually, I don't actually think there is because I know people who've been done for having their glasses case
which I mean that can kind
on
of
there.
look yeah, but that's what I'm wondering. I wonder if is it fully automated, so it just goes diameter looks like okay, that's similar diameter to a phone. Yep, that's phone, and it just assumes because
Yeah,
the algorithm detects it as that, and that's why it does
yeah.
it. Or if it's yeah, so if you have anything larger than that, like if you had a tablet or a laptop, would it flag it? You know what I mean? Like,
Should we just like
or if
start
you had,
just training it?
or if you had like an iPad Nano sitting on your leg, would it be like, oh, that's a phone, or like an iPod Shuffle, and because they're so tiny. A
You have a
TV
flip phone
remote. If
that
you had a
won't pick it
TV
up.
remote on your leg, you know what I mean? Like, if you had a fucking air conditioner remote sitting on your leg. But I mean, it's a risk
What
to
if
take.
you, what if you had your paperweight on your leg?
Exactly. But I mean, like that of grams. If I like, I can understand getting it with my phone because I couldn't take that to court. So if I had a remote sitting on my
Yeah,
leg,
I know.
I
Oh
would
yeah.
clearly be able to take that to court and dispute it because it's a remote on my
If you
leg.
had like the garage door remote or something on your
Yeah,
leg, it's like
just He-Man sitting on my leg.
they might.
Picture of Jen sitting on my leg.
I mean,
That would actually be a good one. Having that photo of Jen's, like a clear picture of it.
oh
So
no,
then it takes a
yeah,
photo of it and it just sees it like on your leg.
that would be funny.
I gotta actually find where that fine is because I've been tempted to like get a photo of
Have you
that and
got
put
the
on my.
high res one?
No, I haven't gone onto it to get it. Get it and print it out on a shirt.
And then go through and do the same thing. Well, not do the same thing, but like
Wear the shirt and see if it like I'd have something on my leg and see if it, like because like I said, if it's something that's like not that, I should be able to dispute it, take it to court, dispute it.
yeah. But also, it's like the grey area is like you're not even technically allowed to like. I mean, I know that if you're driving, you can see it, so it's like
Well,
it's not as though
coming
you
back,
can.
I think coming back to that point, like you know how they say you can't eat or drink. Imagine, but like instead of a cup, it's another like a handheld version, and you you're driving with that in your hand. It's like a smaller paperweight. It's in your hand, and they're like flagged.
They'll probably just get annoyed and just fine you anyways, just for wasting their time.
Yeah, I know. It's just so dumb.
But like the thing is, even though that you can see it, the grey area is. I'm pretty sure you're not even allowed to like turn the aircon on, for instance.
Yeah, they're trying to say like you can't do anything. Like you've literally got to be driving. You
It's
can't.
like, it's like yes, I'm stuck behind a truck, ingressing CO2 and carbon monoxide. But if I go down to press the recirculate switch, I'm breaking the law.
I know.
But I can get carbon monoxide poisoning and plow through like a school bus of children, and that's fine because I didn't touch the recirculate button.
I know. It's the logic they're doing these days is just, and the worst problem is I feel like it's making more those kind of things. I don't think they realize people need to have a certain level of fidget because I think they're going to find the more that they keep putting this stuff onto people, there are going to be more car accidents because people are having micronaps at the wheel.
Oh no, this whole thing, like literally, they keep putting all these restrictions on,
Because like,
and they wonder
am
why.
I gonna get fined because I'm driving and I need to adjust my glasses because my glasses are falling down? Like,
Probably.
you know what I mean? Oh, you've taken your hand off the wheel. I've adjusted my glasses so I didn't lose them, so I could, you know. Oh, so you want me to like lose my glasses while I'm driving then? You know, or you want
I
me to
wonder how
try and
they'll
pull
say
over abruptly?
driving a manual car, don't have both hands on the steering wheel. Fidgeting with a knob, not that knob, the knob
Hmm.
gear
Then how does that
knob.
work? How does it work for
But
people with Teslas that self-drive?
but then also the new thing, like on all the new. This is also why I hate Australia, like ANCAP, because now all brand new cars into Australia have to have like the IR sensor thing on the at the steering wheel column where it detects whether or not you're looking at the road. And if you're not paying attention to the road, there's like sensors and the car will start beeping. And then if like you don't look, some cars will Jesus. Um uh the
That's
cars
silly.
with like lane departure assist and that will like if you're not looking, it will take you it will take you off the road. Like it'll start indicating for you and take you off the road and start to slow you down because
That's not helpful at all.
no, it's not.
That's at that rate they're better off just
That's
having self-driving cars and just have everyone with self-driving cars and just call it a day.
but this but
Like
this is why technology is hit the point where it's going to ruin us because all
that's why I hate when with cars got to the point like my car now is where like the computers become completely electrical reliant, so that if one thing goes basically, or everything just starts freaking out. Like in older
yep
cars, something had a fault, it's not going to be a problem. You still drive it, you still do whatever the fuck you need to do. It'll have its light, but you just fucking brute force it to keep going. And then it goes to these cars now, where everything's wired up. One faulty thing goes wrong, everything fucking freaks out because one thing's gone. And it could be the most trivial little thing where it could be the dash light for the blinker goes on the dash, not the blinker itself, and then everything will have a fucking retarded fit. Like, it's
yep
just, the water squirty thing's not working. Oh, everything's going to fucking spaz out. Like, why? These are
well, I
trivial
don't
things
know
that
how
you
that
can
would have
drive
worked
without.
with
Like, you can drive without needing any of these things, but, you know,
I mean imagine how it would have how the new cars would have gone with one of the old cars I used to drive, which was a truck, which the door on the passenger side didn't close unless you
uh,
locked the door. And
mm,
so if you forgot to lock the door, you'd be going around a corner and it may or may not open.
just open up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, it's just, they're not helping
And
anyone at all.
until it opened one day and the hinge kind of didn't keep up. And the door, I became a partially convertible truck that day.
That's funny. But that's what exactly it. Like, it just, like, it's cool we're getting some tech at some one side of things, but the other side of it is just becoming so stupidly, like, reliant on everything else. Like,
Yes.
it's
But
just,
speaking of fines, let's go to close to home. Logan City Council fining a man for, have you seen this? For parking on his mate's drive.
yeah, because it was just a little bit of, like, hanging on the nature strip. Hanging out. A little bit of
Yes.
it was hanging out over the nature strip because he pulled up on the grass. It's fine
Yes.
being on the grass, but no, because it was hanging, hanging that little bit over it. Oh, this is a nature strip. Past the letterbox. Anything past the letterbox, you're not allowed to park on. I hate
Which
that.
is dumb
I hate.
because
Yeah.
you can't park on the street. You're not
No.
allowed to park in his driveway.
Yeah,
It's
because it's
like,
already taking up space because the driveway's already,
yeah.
you know. So he can park on the grass, but because he couldn't park all the way up on the grass.
But it's not as though there's a was it a footpath through there.
No.
There was no footpath. There's no thoroughfare.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And like
That same thing
for the
theoretically,
dude,
like even though like we have because we've got a long driveway, right? So
yeah,
from the mailbox in, you can have two cars. So if you wanted to have three
yeah.
cars on the driveway, that third car theoretically would be on the median strip, the nature strip, and therefore could be theoretically fined. Like,
Or not theoretic. Well, not theoretically. I think
like
it's like
it would be, but yeah, you know,
it is the stupid law of
because it's their
your
strip.
council.
But then at
Yeah,
the same time,
but
you've got
it's
to
not.
manage.
But then, yeah, you've got to mow it. You got to maintain it. You got to
Yeah, so you got to mow it, you got to maintain it. Otherwise, if you don't, you can get fined. You've got to have the
yeah.
bins out on it for a certain amount of time because if you leave them longer than that, you could be fined because it's even though it's their bins that you have,
Oh,
like
does,
they can only be
do
out
they
there for
have
the
a?
yeah. There's also a
Oh,
thing too where that you can
that's
be technically fined for because it classified as rubbish being on their median strip. So you can't even on curbsides. You literally can only have it out during
yeah.
that period. Otherwise, if you have it out of those periods, you could be fined for having garbage piled up on the median strip. Unless it's inside your property, like margin line.
Yeah, that's why I like it here, where they don't really
Yeah,
care.
it's just. And therefore, too, you can't also cut down the trees because they're median strip trees. They're their trees, so you've got to apply to get them removed if they are hazardous, causing a nuisance. Which is
Except that's like here. It's like not here, but like I know people that have had like the trees, and there's like the overhead power lines running to the,
mm-hmm.
but they won't. The council won't pay to get the tree removed the homeowner has to pay for the tree to be removed.
Even though it's on their median strip.
Yeah.
And I reckon even then they'll actually remove it, pay to remove it, and then they'll get a fine from them for removing it.
Yeah, because they want the money.
Yeah. So it's like we don't want to lose money, so we want you to pay for it to remove it, but then we'll also fine you because you've removed one of our trees. Like, it's just stupid nonsense. It's just the logic.
This episode's gotten very, very political. Let's.
Yeah. Well,
in other news,
yeah,
Rockstar Games has announced that GTA 6 is not coming in the first half of next year.
I personally think they've shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, I think everyone's done with it now. Like, literally, everyone's just going to be like, okay.
I think they've actually done... I think what should have happened is they should have released in May and then worked on patches and patched it by November.
That's like...
Like, they already delayed it from this year to May to begin with for polishing reasons. They already literally just said that. Like, they delayed it to polish the game because they need more time to polish. They've now come around and turned around, gone, we're going to delay it now from May to November because we still need... You've literally said the exact same thing you've already said with the last delay. You've literally said that.
And it was... and it was almost done back then. So
like the previous delay, because the previous delays were understandable. Like, they didn't really clarify it was like one of those work things, but then they literally stated that, and they've done the exact same thing again. They've literally gone and specifically stated that they need more time to polish. Just like, so what was the last time you said from 2025 to then delaying it to May 2026? What was that polishing bullshit about then? Like, and because it's gotten so long now that we're waiting so long, people are literally getting to the point where like, oh, well, I may play it when it comes out. Like, it's gone from people who were hyped for May to now, like, people are really pissed off. Like, if they said other reasons, I can understand, but they literally said the exact same. Because I looked for the fucking, and read the thing, and it's basically the exact same thing they said before. Like, you've literally turned around and said, like, on deaf ears, said the exact same fucking thing. It's just like, you've already said this. You can't cry wolf. You know, you're basically crying wolf at this point.
Yeah.
You can't, it's like being like, oh, you know, sorry, I couldn't come in to shift this week. My grandmother died. And then it's like, you know,
3 weeks later, the next grandmother died.
Like, oh, I can't come in, my grandmother died. It's just like, you know, and it's the exact same, you've only got one grandmother. It's like, because all the other ones are already dead, you know, kind of thing. It's just like, yeah, my grandmother died. Didn't she already die? Like, oh, yeah, no, she died again, like, this time. She didn't die that time. It's like, what? And what was all the, you know, kind of things, like... And
then she actually dies, and then you go...
Oh, I'm gonna have time. Oh, she died. Oh, yeah, sure. Like, it's just crying wolf at this point, it feels like. It's just... Yeah. Like, if it was a different excuse, maybe understandable, but they use the exact same excuse. After just posting the thing of a meeting version thing they talked about, and then the thing they put out for the public. It's just like, it nullifies as well, because we've got the leak of, like, what was going on behind the scenes because of, like, statistics and stats and earnings and stuff. There's one thing, and then they're saying, oh, we need more time to polish, like...
And then they just fired a whole bunch of, like, 40 people?
So coming off that as well, like, there's all this bullshit. It's just like, you've got receipts. Everyone's got the receipts. Like, this isn't looking good for you. Like, I'll get GTA when it, but I'm like, I may or may not, you know, rush out to get it. I don't know. Like, I was looking forward to it.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at full price. And like, I'll wait until it comes down from like
Boxing Day special or something like that. Like, and just wait a little bit after November, you know, Black Friday sale or something. Like, you know, like.
But yeah.
Unless there's some really cool versions that going out for a bundle, then I'll pre-order it maybe. But yeah, I'm like, we've waited long enough now. It's just.
What they do, they brought out.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you say shame on me. Fool me a third time. Well, you know, that's what we're basically at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's the problem, because it's not. This will be the first Rockstar game that's not the original leadership, like under the original production team and leadership from all the other Rockstar games. So it's going to be. At this point, I reckon it's going to be good, but I don't reckon it's going to top GTA 5.
No, not now with the way they. Yeah. And that's what it feels like they're scared about too. That's what it seems to be reading what they've talked about. That's what it feels like. They're scared that it's not going to meet expectations, so they want to kind of keep flushing it out. It's like, well, you won't know unless you release it. Like, release it.
But the thing is, they could just have them both because, well, of all the things, they have the capacity, like Red Dead
They
2 and all
mostly
the
still will.
online
That's the
stuff.
thing.
That's, yeah, well, they're going to have to.
But
But it's like,
they could clearly.
oh, second time in the podcast that moves.
Well, that was the camera itself. When I said last time when it moved, I meant like the whole screen dragged out of the screen, like the whole display.
Oh, you moved it on my end, so it's like
Yeah,
you
that
kicked it on my
camera
end.
moved
So
there. No,
that's,
like you know how it has the so when you watch it
yeah,
later,
yeah.
the whole screen of us like slides out of the frame in the window, like of the actual screen. The whole box moves.
Yeah.
So, but no, that's like I said, I don't know why they couldn't just so-called polish it, had it done in May, release it in May. Know there was a few bugs, go through it and just patch it, and have patches come out through the year. Because like how are you that far behind now? If you said, oh, we're ready to go May, to then delay it, like how do you come to that conclusion when that's still May's still what 4 or 5 months away? Like I know that light's going all.
Oh no, I was just flipping off someone. Don't worry.
Was it your brother?
No,
Oh, no, your brother. Who else could
mother. Never mind.
you be? Oh, your mother.
Yeah, she's like,
She's being nosy.
Is your brother? She's like, is your brother home? She's only just got home. She's like, is your brother?
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like if you
Yeah,
paying
yeah.
attention there, I'm
I
going
was like, can you not talk to me? I was like, I'm doing stuff. Yeah. I know. I saw you between talking. You're like talking.
and then
like...
she flipped me off, and I was like,
I see the shadow in the background of the. I see it behind you now.
oh yeah,
Literally behind
she
you.
just
I
walked
literally.
past.
Yeah, I literally saw it in the door behind you in the reflection. I can
Yeah,
see the
she
light. I
just
can see the
she
shadow.
just walked past again.
Yeah. That was funny. I actually saw that in the back of the. I wish you would have seen it before. I had
Anyways,
to look for it, but that's funny.
yeah. So yeah, so
So yeah, so I know it's kind of like cool. I mean, I got other games I can play anyway, so I'm not too worried.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
logic of stuff. I don't know, and there's logic of some people, but I think we're going a little bit decent with this length episode. I think we'll wrap it up though. We'll move on and do
But
the other stuff.
exciting news for next week.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Not another sound.
No, it was like a flash of lightning.
Oh.
It literally like threw the
worse.
fucking thing, and this big this big flash of light. I was like, no, not the light. We've already been down this route before. Not again. I'm not doing it again. I was like, we've already seen what happens with the light. I think there is a storm coming over, but like literally through the crack of the curtain, it was like this bright as fuck. Like that right there was like where the crack was. Like it was like right through the crack of my curtains. I could actually see it like strike. It was like someone took a photo with with the flash on. It was like,
Yeah.
and I was like, holy shit! I actually could see that through the little crack. It's like that little triangle, like a little triangle between the curtains. I was like, holy shit! And I was like, no, we've been through this. Not again. Not again. I'm not going to be chased by someone. Do a bit, get up, leave, and it's like, I better go check, and then it's a retake, and it's just me getting struck by lightning. It's just done. Story's done. There's no, like, that's the alternate universe storyline of that arc. It's just like, struck by lightning. No sequence, no nothing, it's just done.
Bit soon to do the struck by lightning gag, but yeah. Anyways,
but yeah, no, we'll wrap up. We'll do this other little thing. We'll show Mules this clip of the scene from this movie. If you want to check that out, we will have that. I'm going to record that, and they'll pop up as well. I want to have more little videos back up on the channel, so yeah, keep an eye on that. But yes, next week, Jim should be back, in full swing, hopefully. It sounds like he's got everything, so I think he's keen to get back. He's just got to get himself comfortable.
Oh yeah.
So yes, so we're back with Jim. Like I said, I told him as well, I want these episodes to be shorter now. I don't want to be doing long ass episodes anymore.
3
I'm
hours,
over it.
yeah.
I'm over it. I can't do it. There's too much empty space. I'm just trying to think and just no, it's too long. So, thanks for coming by. We're gonna leave that there, for now. Thanks for listening with us as always and hanging out with us, and of course, actually having Mules. This is now technically his actual last episode.
Yeah.
For now, anyway, like his actual final episode. He'll be co-hosting at some point with me and Jim when he's ever on. We'll figure that out going ahead. Hopefully have everyone else back at some point. We should hopefully have Wookie back at some point. We might try and get Juddy on at some point. Might even try and work at getting Madman on. Because he loves the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Maybe get Gents back. Maybe actually try and get Gents on with Jim because Jim was upset that we had Gents without him. Well, I mean, you know, shit happens sometimes. I managed to ring him on. Luckily, got him in. But yeah, so keep an eye out. See what we can do for the rest of this year. Keep an eye out for a lot of exciting things happening as we progress further, get forward, prosper on. But yeah, so thanks for coming by. Appreciate it as always. Keep an eye out the videos. Keep an eye on the channel. If you made it this far, make sure you're commenting on everything. Leave a like, and if you've skipped, even if you've skipped through to the end to see what goes on at the end of the podcast, be like, could be new. Just subscribe. Just even if you're coming by, just watch the last 5 minutes of the podcast. Just subscribe. Yeah, grow that number up. Even if you come by watch the full video. Just subscribe. Just subscribe and never watch us again. Just support your podcasts, your little podcast channels.
And to all the listeners on Spotify, just follow.
Oh no, they'll see it anyway. They see this now. They don't listen anymore. I think that's why. I think once we turned to video, we lost a lot of Spotify. I think podcasters on Spotify went a bit weird after they introduced video.
To which point, Spotify, never mind.
I think they enjoyed not knowing what we looked like, and then they realized what we looked like. They're like, "Oh God, fuck these guys!" And we're like, "Oh." I don't like bearded people. Anyway, yes, catch us in the next one. Fairly well. This is episode
Fairwell.
34. Yes. Until next time.
After
I've
6
been
months,
saying-
I'm gone.
After 6 months, he's gone.
It's not been 6 months. It's been like 4.
3 months, nearly 4 months ago. The rains are coming. Bye.
Oh, we're doing this again. Flash of light, divine light,
Divine night.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, that's big.